Now we're back.
So we're back on YouTube. We thank all you guys for joining us on YouTube.
Oh, a little
But
late.
yeah, when they looked at that game, or all those commercials and stuff like that, they had already said, "Oh, so you're crowning yourself the champs. We're going to come back. So if that's the way you're going to be, you got to go through us.
Yeah.
If we get there, we'll see."
Yeah.
Just how. But the one thing I like, what I say earlier, is when people were talking about it, and you look at some of the footage. Like I said, Dwayne Wade that year was a monster.
Yeah.
He really was. He was a definite monster. I never thought about it as much until it was brought up. Then the more it got brought up, the more I realized he was unstoppable that year.
Yeah.
And the only thing, he didn't take a back seat as far as scoring, he took a back seat as far as leadership.
Yep.
And even Dallas knew, we're not going to stop him. So what does that really say? Even though you're the guy, the face of the team, what does that say when another team comes into basically, you're playing for all the marbles, and they're saying, we're not worried about the face. We're, or we'll just shut down the face of the league or the face of the team because the threat we can't stop. And it's not the face.
Yeah.
It was the guy who used to be the face.
They were good without. Dwayne Wade won titles by himself.
Well, that's what I'm saying. That's what they were trying to prove, that Dwayne Wade actually lessened his own role.
Yeah.
Kind of diminished himself to lift up LeBron. Instead of where other people have that the other way around by him coming to Miami. You don't realize by statistics, a lot of people don't even realize that statistically, Dwayne Wade was still the man in Miami.
Yes.
I'll
make sure it's
now, I do have a trivia question for those who watch this.
Yeah.
I got a trivia question. There were two people that played pro sports, football and basketball, and they both had the same nickname.
Two pro athletes
With the same nickname.
One played basketball, one played football.
They both had the same nickname, though.
One played basketball.
Can anybody think of it? If you can, please let me know. I know it. So I can say that. I know.
Who in the hell would that be?
You don't know who it is, go? It's Coach Jimmy said.
What era? 90s? 2000s?
Okay, yeah, you're around the 90s and 2000 there, maybe,
Late
early
80s?
90s, maybe late 80s to a certain extent. No, more 90s, 2000.
I don't remember anybody in the NBA being called prime time.
Do you need a hint?
Yeah.
Okay. It's also a guitarist with that name, too. Famous lead guitarist with that name.
Lead guitarist?
Yep. As we sit in silence.
I couldn't tell you. I don't know.
Slash. Now, you know who the two?
Was it Cordell
Cordell Stewart and Dwayne Wade.
Both
were nicknamed Slash. See, we come up with brain tips. Yeah. Cordell Stewart and Dwayne Wade both had the same nickname, Slash.
Because Cordell wasn't a bad baller back in the day.
Now we're in that. You see, this is what I like. This is why we are talk radio. We just go off the whim. We are just people who go off the whim, and that's what it's all about.
Cordell Stewart he showed flashes of.
Well, actually, he was a good quarterback.
Yeah, he wasn't bad.
Yeah, I like Cordell Stewart.
Yeah.
I thought he was. I actually thought that at one point in time, I looked at Cordell Stewart as being one of those guys who could be the next Randall Cunningham, but if not better.
Yeah.
You know,
It never happened.
Yeah.
Dude,
But I mean, he was consistent though. We can't say he was bad.
yeah.
I just really think at that time that Pittsburgh team was a good Pittsburgh team, but not one that was going to get you consistently winning. But they weren't going to, because Cordell really didn't have all the pieces he needed.
No.
You know.
Cunningham was so good.
Yeah.
God, he had a big arm.
But now,
oh,
I think we talked about this last week. If not, we're going to bring it up again. There was one person that I seen that was a dual ball player in pro sports, or could have been, that people underestimate when we talked about the NFL. And I said that, Charlie Ward.
Yeah, we talked about him last week.
Because I realized, and I started looking more into that, Charlie Ward was very consistent in basketball.
Yeah.
As an NBA player, I never, a lot of people overlook, he was with Patrick Ewing. He was their leading point guard during that era and year at the time. And then even when he did go to the bench, I forgot who came in and he ended up on the bench for a while. He was a quality sixth man that came off and controlled the game.
Yep.
I was just like, And then when you watch his football career, my only thing is when I looked at Charlie Ward was, what if he would have stuck with football? But then I realized, no, he was smart.
Yep.
He's 6'1". He realized those offensive linemen.
That's the thing I think it's going to hurt that kid that Baltimore signed. Was it Diego Pavia?
I mean, he's only 5'8", something like that. He's not even close to 6 foot.
Yeah.
At least Doug Flutie was 6 foot.
When they show him standing behind, and he's going to have to run everything from the shotgun and get outside the pocket to see anything. Not saying that he couldn't do it, but
but you realize
he's
the
not
game
going
plan
to be a
is
starting quarterback in the league. There's just no way. There's no way.
If he becomes a starting quarterback, it's a gimmick.
Yeah, it's only because friggin' didn't Baltimore re-sign Snoopy, right?
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, Honey ain't going. They're not getting rid of him.
So if Jackson goes down again, it'll be him.
But this is the thing that now we just said this because you asked if Snoop was still there. And Tyler Huntley, I will say, I wondered. I was looking for him to go somewhere else because I believe he could start for a couple of teams. Maybe not every team, but he can start for a couple teams in the NFL.
I think he's one of them ones that's just a system, I think. You know what I'm saying? I'm thinking it's just the system. I don't know if he could.
Because, every time he's taking over for Lamar, to be quite honest, he won't lose you a game.
Yeah, he does what a backup's supposed to do. He can come in, he can win. He can win the game for you.
Yeah.
Who was the guy that, Brissett? That poor guy's never got a daggone.
What's he doing? But I think he will have a chance this year.
Chance now. But
But it might
he's
to
been
be
in the league forever. Though, hasn't he?
Well, him and Garoppolo came in around the same time. Because you remember he was the backup for Brady when he went down.
Yes, he's been in the league for a long time.
Mm-hmm. And so you're looking at so when did Brady's troubles begin as far as Garoppolo?
Garoppolo's been in the league too.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Whenever that came in, because Brissett came in after that. Because that's when they were talking, that's when they started to trade Garoppolo. Because
Siri, when did Jacoby Brissett get drafted? 2016. So he's been in the league 10 years.
Yeah. So, he's really past his prime.
Yeah.
Or in his prime, right in the middle of coming over downhill.
Yeah, he's 34, 35 years old.
Oh, yeah, he's past his prime. Getting past his prime.
Well, that's the thing, though. Is if you ain't played, you never had a prime.
But, I will say I'm glad that he did demand starter money.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't say, I want to break the bank for Arizona. He just said, no, I'm in a starting role. I deserve that money.
Yeah.
Because he did. Arizona was good with him in there. They were actually winning with him in there.
Yeah, he's better than the Kyler Murray.
Well, Kyler Murray became a clown show, man.
Yeah.
He just became a clown show. And he's not going to, he's not going to thrive where he's going to now. He's not that good. He's overrated. He came in off of being a guy who I could play college football at a certain level, and I can go to the NFL draft. So, yeah, I mean, Major League Baseball draft.
Yeah, he should have probably
I think he should have stuck with
baseball.
baseball. I mean, the only person I say maybe that, besides John Elway, some other players, but Russell Wilson made a good choice.
Yeah.
I mean, people can say what they want. Look, people drag. We a lot of us make fun of Russell Wilson for the way his career ended. But to be quite honest, Russell Wilson was a stud at one point in time. He was a stud, man.
He's a Hall of Fame quarterback.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a Hall of Famer.
You know, people talk about it because they say, well, look how he ended with the Giants and what he did in Pittsburgh. But look at the system he was put in.
Yeah.
You're asking an aging quarterback to do an aging quarterback to do what he did in Seattle without that kind of mobility anymore. Yeah. And that's to scramble around because you don't have a line to protect him.
I can tell you now, at 49 years old, I ain't running nowhere.
Exactly. You know?
And it's just, yeah, but he's in his prime, he was one of the best at the time.
Yes. I will agree. I will agree with that. And as we're going through, because we are talk radio and you don't see our faces, but you do hear our voice, we have to go with a couple of things. I just want to say this. If you're planning on getting married, check out the Valley Bride on Shawnee Drive, Suite 4 in Winchester, Virginia. The Valley Bride, that's 3018 Shawnee Drive, Suite 4 in Winchester, Virginia. She is by appointment only, and you can also find her on Facebook and Instagram. You can contact the Valley Bride also at this number, 540-664-7580. That's 540-664-7580. You can also find her on Facebook and check her out right there. She has made some on Instagram and Facebook. She has made some reels, and so check out the Valley Bride. Check out Morgan Beecher and the Valley Bride right there, and get your nuptial needs.
Nuptial needs. I
Nuptial
like that.
needs.
The nuptial needs.
There we go, baby. There we go.
Nuts. Each nut needs.
Nut needs.
Nut needs.
Nut needs, and also get Rick's barbecue sauce. Order yours, whatever you can.
All right, well.
It's made to taste. So order it. Trust me, you'll like it. It's so good, make you want to slap somebody.
Finally getting some rain. We're finally getting some
We're
water.
going to need it with that data center coming up that we talked about last week, because my wife was talking about that again yesterday.
There's nothing we can do to stop it now.
I understand, but she was saying the same thing. We're all saying the same thing. You know, where are you going to get the daggone water from? So we just have to hope that the Almighty, the Most High, continues to make it rain enough to where maybe we get out of this drought.
I mean, of course, they're saying now the rivers, the flood stage, or whatever. It's because it's rain. The ground is so dry, it wasn't soaking it up.
Right.
But I mean, just because we've gotten a couple of days of rain, don't mean we're nowhere near out of the woods yet.
No.
We need about 2 more months of a just nice, steady rain is what we need. But dude, I'll take whatever we can get. There's finally some water in the river. Of course, it had to be on the holiday weekend though, so you can't even go out and take advantage of it. By the time I get another day off, the river will be down again.
Oh, speaking of days off, or speaking of work, and this has nothing to do with my job or anything else, but or anybody I know. But I do have a question, because just by chance I happened to hear this story, and it's about work.
Oh.
Now, just by chance, if a man and a woman, husband and wife, or boyfriend and girlfriend, are working in the same place, which I've done that with my wife and everything, and the girlfriend's kind of flirty with other people, and you can tell that they're flirting with other people, to the point that it's kind of obvious that maybe something is happening between her and this other person, because every time they come around, work stops, and all of a sudden, instead of talking back and forth like they normally do with everybody else across, it's all of a sudden close up and leaning on machinery and talk like that. Now, your boyfriend's in, and he trusts you, so he sees you talking, he doesn't say much. But you know in the back of your mind what's going on.
Oh, yeah.
You know what he's actually thinking. So now ask yourself this question, ladies and gentlemen, because I want to put this to the poll to test. Now, girlfriend leaves that job. Boyfriend's still there with the other guy. All of a sudden, girlfriend convinces boyfriend, you need to quit. Why do you think that is? Just a suggestion. Because most people, in my mind, would think that you don't want your man to hear something while you're not there to defend yourself.
Exactly.
Because something's going to be said, and you realize, hold up, maybe you did something, maybe you didn't, but it looks like now that you may have, and you don't want your man to find out, because if he's working and this working, and they both get to chit-chatting, I'm busted.
Yeah.
It's just a scenario. Just a scenario. Don't know if it's true, don't know if it's not. I just heard, just wanted your take on it.
There's a reason. Yeah. There's definitely a reason.
Especially you as a manager, what would you already see that too?
Oh yeah.
Would you confront him about it?
Well, I mean,
OPB, I know other people's business.
if there's nothing in the handbook that says that they can't date, then it ain't my problem. You know what I'm saying? As long as one ain't the boss and the other, you know what I'm saying?
It ain't no fighting on the parking lot, right?
Yeah. Keep your fucking business to you don't bring it to work with you. I don't give a damn. You know what I'm saying?
Well, you see, and I've seen that incident before.
Yeah.
I've seen 2 incidents at a former place I worked where
They brought it to work with them.
let me tell you about one. Well, I'm gonna tell you about both of them. And people who are listening to this who know about it, they know about it. And it's not a big secret anyway, but it's funny as heck. Not gonna name any names, I'm just gonna say people. A male and a female and mistress, okay? Now, there was a male who was happened to be a higher up in the echelons of the company. And a female who happened to be higher up in the company. They were married, let me say that. They were a couple. He had to go to a different shift because they were a couple, so all that.
Yeah.
Now, he happened to meet this nice young lady, associate. Well, they get to dating behind wifey's back. Now, bad part was the girl he was dating, her best friend was the wife's cousin. He didn't neither one. So you can imagine when wifey found out. Now, I say that because this is the funny part. His clothes were out in the parking lot.
Why bring it to work?
I'm laughing because this stuff is made for TV, man.
Yeah, there's no need to put the guy on blast like that.
And especially because even it didn't work, because once they got divorced, he was with the lady and other person anyway, and actually, apparently, they're living a better life.
Yeah.
You know, so I'm not saying the grass is greener on the other side, so don't ever do it, because I've been there, done that on both sides of the fence, and believe me, trust me, stick with the person you're with if you truly care about them. Don't do anything stupid out there like that, because it's just stupid.
Yeah.
But now, Story number 2, same place. Story number 2, same place. Manager and manager. Now, they were just friends. Because the male manager had a wife that actually, his pattern was, he had a wife before that, and he met this girl and dumped that wife, and met this girl and married her, and go, okay, well, you see the pattern.
Yeah.
Anyway, so him and the other manager are just friends. Well, his said wife met a guy online, multi-millionaire. Hey, hit it off. Started doing the chit chats and stuff. Hey, why don't you fly down here and get away from him? Come live the life of luxury. So she decided to take that trip. You know, her sons were grown and all that, and her kids were grown now. So she decided, you know what, I'm going to take that trip. You know, basically left him high and dry. So he already filed his papers and stuff like that once he, you know, she let him know. So he just started dating the other manager. They were friends and they just started dating. Well, come find out when she got to Texas, he didn't have any money. You know, he got his jollies or whatever, and she realized he wasn't rich at all.
Unreal. Karma's a bitch.
Come back and want your husband back, and now he don't want you.
Sorry.
As a matter of fact, he changed locks and everything else on the house. And then you're going to come to work and put him on blast, key his car, smash his windows, all this, try to get him fired. And all he did was to say, you want your life? Go live it. I'm going to live mine.
Bye.
So I'm looking at that, in that instance, I'm just like you say, don't bring it to work. But on there, he didn't bring it to work. Somebody else brought it to work.
Yeah.
And because he was doing the right thing, you know? It's just like, hold up. You can't have your cake and eat it too.
Well, that's what she wanted until she got down there and realized
You realize how
couldn't
many
even
people...
get a daggone,
Now, I got to say this. People beware of scams. And I'm going to say this because of this point. Case number 3, at the same very workplace.
Well, dude, if you sit back and actually think about it, you spend more time with your coworkers sometimes than you do your family.
Yeah, so you can,
Chances are, that's where it's going to happen. You know what I'm saying? It's just.
Hence why, really, to be quite honest, that's why family is very important. You know, sometimes we got to take time to be with our family instead. I mean, don't get it twisted. I'm not saying don't go to work.
Yeah.
We all have jobs, but sometimes you got PTO for a reason. You got vacation and stuff for a reason. You got sick time for a reason that you can take off in between time to help you with that.
Like people say, how do you work? Dude, I enjoy working with my wife. I enjoy.
I did
seeing
too.
her
When
all day.
me and my wife worked together.
I don't see her.
Right.
You know, she's in a different department, but
I would see mine, but because of our jobs, we didn't have to talk.
She'll call if there's a problem. Or if I need something, I can call out there. You know, it's not like we work hand in hand.
Yeah.
But I mean, even when we did, I enjoyed working with her. Just
well, you see,
more time to spend with her.
Yeah, when me and my wife worked together, we worked in the same area.
Yeah.
She was a different department, but she was actually the one giving me my product. And I remember there were some people, you know, because policy says you can't have a husband and wife in the same area. And one person did bring that up, that me and her worked in the same area. And I love the way the manager handled that. She said, but if you look at what they do, they don't speak.
Right.
He's working, she's working. They're not talking. The only time they communicate is if he needs something pushed down.
Yeah.
Or she needs something pushed up. Because she's trying to keep steady.
Yeah.
Because she's got a time.
Yeah.
I've got a time. You know, she said, I could see it be a problem if they were standing there. Hey, how you doing? Hey, baby, you know. But like I told people too, I ride to work with her. Me and her ride to work together. We go home together and then we go to bed together. What do we need to say at work?
Yeah, exactly.
You do your job, I'll do mine, because I'm going to talk to some of the people that I want to talk to as far as friend-wise or, associate-wise. You're going to do the same.
Yep.
Because even when we went to break, and we went to break together, she went out to talk to her friends. I stayed where, we were separate.
Yep.
On that. Because it's...
I'm struggling. I ain't lying.
PJ had a bad night. I'm talking, he had a bad night.
Struggling.
Or a bad day. It was a good day, but it was just... His eyes are halfway closed, if you could actually see that. And that's at the time Ben took his little pick-me-up. Could have helped you out, right?
Yeah, where's Ben's little bottle of
I know, he took it from us, man. He wanted us to... He was mad at us, because he knew we were going to roast the Patriots. So he was mad at us. And by the way, I do have something to say about that. Ben will be back probably now, but he will be back with us next week on the program, to get this party started right again. We're already right, but that's okay. But I do have a problem, Ben, and you're going to address this problem next week, because I'm tired of pictures coming across my feed with you in the shower.
Yeah, don't trust the solar. Don't trust the solar.
I understand, because you know what question I'm going to ask him? Yeah. How did chestnuts get roasted?
Yeah.
In the shower. What kind of freaky stuff are you doing up in the shower to get your testes burnt?
He said the solar heaters are too much.
What was he standing upside down? His text said he burnt his testes. That means he missed everything else. How did that water?
There's no way that water just hit that.
Exactly. What was he doing?
You're talking about a spot this fucking big around.
He had to be taking one upside down, or he had to have that little handle.
That's what happens.
So you got some explaining to do, pal.
That's what happens when you wear the same underwear for 3 days.
Yeah, you got some explaining to do when you get back, because these are questions I'm going to want to ask, because seriously, you sent I don't know how many photos of you in a shower. Dude.
No, he even took a video.
Yes, I know. I didn't want to watch the video. I had to kind of force feed the video, but I didn't want...
check the comments. Check the comment. I can't. If I get up again, I'm going to take it.
Ass. Egg kisser still in the doghouse. Ass kisser still in the doghouse.
Why am I in the doghouse? Love you, baby.
What'd you do? You're in the doghouse. I'm out of the doghouse.
Please have food ready when I get home. I'm hungry.
You can't cook? I'm hungry too, actually.
Well, I can cook, but I'd rather be ready when I walk in the door.
I had pupusas. I had corn tacos yesterday. Went up to Reynosa's after we come from my son's house. We went over to Reynosa's, which is a great restaurant to try if you want authentic Mexican food. But anyway, authentic Spanish food, Latino food, because they serve from different cultures of Spanish food there. But went by and I just said I wanted to get me some tacos, because every now and then I want a original taco. I want I've always done the flour tortilla, shells or, flour tortilla. And for the first time I tried the corn one.
Corn tortillas are fire.
Oh my gosh. With that carne asada steak.
Yes.
Oh. That was a dream yesterday. I only got 3 because they're big. And after I ate those 3, I could have had 3 more. I really could have. I know me, the reason I did it.
Carne asada tacos.
Yeah, I knew if I would have got the 6, I would have probably just left the 3 until the day. Yeah. But it would have been worth it either way. So I should have just went ahead and got them.
we ate at the Mexican restaurant on top of the hill Friday. I said, oh, I might
Los Conchas or Los Padillas.
tortillas or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's good.
I got leftover fajita stuff in the fridge too.
Oh man, they're fajitas. I
got the burrilla tacos. It's like the shredded. Dude, them things.
Was it
fire.
good?
Oh my god, it was so good.
Oh man,
That stuff that they give you the cup of broth to dip them in too. Oh, I could just drink that. It was so good.
oh man, some of that stuff is so good.
Oh.
And by the way, I did sell some barbecue sauce over the weekend. So everybody, I'm just letting you know, it is up for sale now. No, I think I've made a pretty decent profit. Nothing that I can push out right now, but I will say the prices are adjusting because of the containers that I have to use and the size that people want, stuff like that. And I'm convincing this guy to come with me in on this as they want some because he makes his spices better. Some people don't want my site; they would like the malt type that you use.
Yeah.
So
As we make some more.
yeah, well, as they tell you, I'll tell you decide what they need, and then we'll go from there.
Yeah, I gotta make some for the pork butt for tomorrow.
So that is it, and it is by order, and people, let me tell you something. If you order it spicy, can I give y'all a hint? Understand something. Some of you already know. Well, this is homemade barbecue sauce. And understand when we put spices in there, especially I don't know how BJ does his. I don't want to know because it's his secret versus mine. But I put certain spices in mine that the longer you leave that set,
The hotter it gets. It's just how it is. Yeah.
So if you say spicy, I'm only going to give you a certain amount that by the time if you leave it set for a while, it's not going to kill you. Because if you say, oh, by the first time I wanted spicy, I tasted it didn't spicy enough. And could you make it spicy on the first thing? Understand by the end of that week.
Yeah. It's just like anything else. It's got to set and just like
Marinate. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I am also I'm not going to even say experimenting, but I've learned to put like flavor. So you can order something and say, hey, you want some of the sleepy sauce? I'll tell you what. You may say you want sleepy sauce that tastes like it has a little hint of pineapple. I know how to do that. And then I found the guy that knows how to do rubs. I gotta go up and get those. Yeah, he makes his own. Want me to send you the link?
A lot of people don't. All you gotta do is it's just a mix of different spices.
Yeah.
It's nothing.
But no, he gets the actual,
Yeah,
he
he
does
gets it in
that.
bulk and makes it,
Yeah.
to his own, yeah.
But yeah, I was just like, cause he's local. I mean, I think he's in Winchester or someplace out there. And think about going up to that shop just to get some different rubs.
Yeah.
And
I'm out.
cause I love barbecuing. I don't know about the rest of the world, but I do love barbecuing. I love cookouts.
When it comes to my pork butt, I'll do anything, but my go-to, I like the Famous Dave spicy rub.
Really?
I like that. That's probably my go-to.
I tell you what, who got a good one? I mean, I know they say it's generic because of it, but it's Rural King.
Yeah.
They had a
Some
sweet
of their
mesquite
stuff.
spice that, oh my gosh, that thing is.
Yeah, I did a
Sweet rub, that's what
I
it
did
is, a sweet rub.
Kinder Sweet Heat.
Yes, got that too.
I did the Kinder Sweet Heat with the Famous Dave's on the butt. I'm getting ready to throw in the smoker today. If it tastes anything like it smells, it's going to be phenomenal.
Now, I did learn something, ladies and gentlemen, the more that we were talking about cooking stuff right now. When I was doing some of my barbecue sauce, the one thing I realized is I made it to the point to where you can actually marinate in, like I marinated a steak in it.
Oh, yeah.
I did. I tenderized that steak. I put some sauce on it, put it in, let it marinate for a little bit. And by the time I threw that thing on the stove, man, it had that flavor.
Starve.
That's why I'm doing it. I'm doing it on purpose, PJ. Because you should have brought some food over here when you came.
Dude, I wanted to fry some fish this morning. I really did. They had my fish fry.
I mean, you know, because if I would have known, I would have actually bought something down here. But I figured normally you usually bring food more or less than they.
There was no getting up in time to cook this morning, though.
So you're just going to have to suffer for the next 30 to 40 minutes on an empty stomach and starving while I'm sitting here talking about food because I was expecting something.
I'm struggling.
I was expecting something from you.
Well, if the weather cooperates next week, we'll do the show outside and we'll cook.
Yes.
I'll bring the Blackstone or something with me and we'll cook.
Yeah, because you can't bring mine. Mine's too big.
So if the weather, what's the weather supposed to be next week?
My Blackstone's bigger than yours.
Well, I don't take my big one anywhere. Yeah.
Just saying, my Blackstone's bigger than yours.
It ain't gonna cooperate with us. It's supposed to rain all week except for Thursday and Friday.
Uh-huh.
Rain
well,
Saturday.
I mean,
Dude, we need it. Come on.
The only bad part is the grass. That's the only bad part about it.
Where's Ben at now? Where's he at?
He's wasn't in Switzerland or Sweden or someplace like that. He's over there somewhere in one of those countries.
Let's see what the weather is over there where he's at.
And by the way, Ben, I love you, brother. And I realize you have your days mixed up because at work, all I got, I got what I normally get during the day. Rain. I got notifications from him all night long. I said, Ben must be up. It must be time for Ben to get up. Or he's going to bed.
I don't want Switzerland in the United States.
He's either in Switzerland. Ben, where are you at?
What's the weather over? I know it's snowing.
No, I don't think it's snowing over there where he's at. Oh, your wife's got country ham and eggs and pot and biscuits.
Potatoes
and biscuits.
Oh my God, I'm gonna eat like a fucking king when I get home.
Cooking now. Yes, Mark Proposio, thank you, Mark, even though you're still being sued, and we're going to take you to court here because you have not reported the duty yet. And yet you want to sit there and receive a paycheck from this group, and you are supposed to be the producer of this show, and you have yet to set foot into the studio. Suge Knight, stop it.
Oh, Suge Caposio.
So, there, I had to get
good
that on.
Good weather for a duck.
A good what?
Oh, so this weather's good for a duck.
Yeah. I got a cat that doesn't like it too much, but you know, they go out there every now and then. So, and
yes, I like when it rains because at least River goes out, does his business, and comes right back in the house. He don't fuck around. Or if it's nice,
that's what he does.
He wants to go out there and then does his business and he lays on the ground and he, does the dog thing. Then he just wants to lay there, and I'm like, "Come on, butthead," and he's just like, "F you, pops. I'm just laying out here, soaking up some vitamin D."
Now I do have to, as we're sitting here, for some reason my voice went out, or it sounded like my voice went out.
When you hitting puberty?
Probably. Again. Benjamin Buttons, I'm going backwards. Benjamin Buttons, I'm going backwards. I do have a question though for those who are watching, and even you, BJ, because I have found that I watch a lot of films and stuff like that, and I just have to have your opinion on this subject. Movies. Now, we've talked about movies before. We've talked about different types of movies. But I do have to ask that for those who don't know, have you ever seen Drewski?
Never.
Okay. Well, the reason I wanted to ask this because I wanted people's opinions on reality TV, where they do like people in houses getting together, you know, and having the prize of, you know, stuff like that. Because I actually watched this on Drewski. I watched where they were really fighting. I mean, this girl got mollywopped. I mean, her lips swelled up, looked like Botox in overload. You know, yeah. I mean, her lips got swelled.
So it's like reality.
Yeah, they were competing for a prize, and yet they're also competing for Drewski. But he basically cut. I mean, you know, he's just like, because he cuts them off sometimes. He'll tell them exactly, hey, you're not my type, blah blah blah.
Yeah.
Some of them will try to, oh, I know I can make you love me and all this. You got studs, and what I mean by those, I finally learned this because to me a stud back when we were growing up, that's guys. You know what that is.
Yeah.
I didn't realize by my son had told me when he said, yeah, that because I was like, that's a guy who hit that girl. He said, no, it's a stud. I'm like, huh? It's a guy, I know. No, it's a stud, man. I'm like, what do you mean it's a stud? He said, in other words, it's a girl who dresses as a guy. So that's what you call? Yeah, he said, because when they showed the picture, oh my gosh, beautiful. Beautiful. I was like, whoa. I told my son, I said, that's a trans. He's like, no, look up the history, it's a girl. He said it's a girl, she just dresses like a guy. I said that's why they call them studs. They're beautiful women. There are good, you know, women who dress like guys, but they prefer men. They're so-called strictly dickly, but they dress like boys. Yeah, I didn't know that. And I found that out, and then once I started watching, like there was two ladies. I have to say this, they were overweight, okay? With one's plus size. That's the best way. Plus size.
Plus size.
One, okay, you could tell she wore a wig with the long hair, but even when she pulled it off, she had decent hair. You could tell she just had it pulled in a bun, okay? Yeah. She was a decent looking young lady, but she was heavy set, but she was trying. I say this because if you watch this reality show, you will actually start to laugh. Because some of this stuff is pretty stupid. Because she was talking about trying to, you know, what I can do for you, blah, blah, blah. Well, now the other girl, I think they were just friends. They were, you know, at this time, she wasn't competing. They were just friends, and they would help him pick out of, you know.
Yeah.
But the other one, who got in a fight with somebody on there, but this girl had green hair, heavy set. She was a big, beautiful woman, I guess you could say, or whatever. She was thick, out of shape thick. I wouldn't talk about good shape thick. Yeah, you know, the other girl was thick, kind of heavy set, you know, but she had that pretty, you'd look and say, okay. This one her hair was green, was out of shape, out of figure, out of everything, out of mind, out of looks, out of just about everything that you can think of, and she swore she was pretty. I don't get this. I mean, I know beauty's in the eyes of the beholder, but, you know, because I try not to judge people with what they look like, because I do think everybody is beautiful, and to a certain degree. I mean, you know, now does that mean that I want to sleep with every beautiful person? No. You know, but that does mean I see people for who they are. Yeah. So somebody may say, this woman is not attractive at all because of her weight or her face or appearance. I may see that person differently only because I'm not looking at the outside. I'm looking at how they carry themselves. Yeah. To me, that's what true beauty is.
Everything, yeah.
Yeah, you look not just at but how they carry themselves. If they carry themselves like a queen, then it doesn't, a lot of times that makes up for everything else. Yep. You know? Yep. And so that's what I look forward to. And that's, you know, that's what I look at. And so when I watched this, I watched how this lady was talking versus the other one. The one that I thought was decent versus this one. The one that I was just like, well, I could see why if he's not, they're friends, but I could see him actually dating her
Yeah.
because the way she presented herself, the way she talked with, I know who I am, I know what I look like.
Yeah.
You may not like it, but guess what? If you had it, you keep it.
Yeah.
Because that type of attitude, because I know who I am.
Yep.
And I'm secure with it.
Confident.
The other one, the more she talked trash and downgraded people, to me made it seem like you're not confident, even though you're sitting there, I'm confident, blah, blah, blah. You're not. Because obviously you're trying to get people to get their attention on you.
Yeah.
That's when I realized something. I had an epiphany, ladies and gentlemen. This is good. You're going to like this. I had an epiphany. I have realized that when we look on Facebook, when we look on all these social media panels, that I've come to realize that this is why I said, be careful what you put on your what's happening in Strasburg's and stuff like that. Because I come to realize that a lot of people put out their venom of hate, not because of somebody's looks, but to attack somebody's character.
Yeah.
And to assassinate that person's character.
Yep.
For what reasons? For some of it is just pure spite.
Yeah.
Out of pure hatred of somebody else because they may have made a mistake. They may have done you even wrong. But you got the confidence enough to be a keyboard warrior and talk all your smack. But you don't have the confidence to stand out there out in public and say the same thing when that person confronts you.
Yeah.
It's, as they say, it's a whole different energy all of a sudden. Because a lot of keyboard warriors, they're full of energy till they see you up close.
Yeah, I just don't understand it.
See how I made that come around in a circle? Now I'm good. But
I don't understand why they use that platform to do shit like that.
I understand it's an information platform, but
it's good to me. It's good. It's good comedic relief. I'm sitting in there and dude, it's like reading the damn newspaper when you're in the back. I just sit and flip through. And
that's what I do now. I get some good stuff out of it. Don't get it twisted. I do get some good stuff out of it. You've seen some of the posts and stuff out there. But when I look at some of these pages, just like, okay, I'm going to take us to a tragic turn. And I'm serious about this. I'm going to take us to a tragic turn. I literally, and I still have it saved because I'm not going, I want to keep that. Just to show how demented some of us really are. Even myself, because I kept it just to use as that. And I'll put it this way, one of my, a relative, or, you can say whatever, I'm just going to be honest about it. One of my daughters dated a person that was not savory at all, okay? He was a little mixed up in the head. Literally, he was confused. And I'm not talking about his sexuality. Well, maybe it was because when he did spend time in jail, we come find out that he had to do some favors in order to, you know what I'm saying? So that might have messed with his head a little bit. I don't know. But in the process of that, he was basically a felon, a thief, or, a user.
Yeah.
And he was hooked on things, on drugs. And I feel, and to this day, I still feel bad for him because I remember talking to him. And then he just, after that, he went off the rails, did some time, came back, blah, blah, blah. Well, I happened to catch where he was living or where he was at, and they actually had him on camera. He was trying to break into a house, and then he realized he was being on camera, and he darted. I actually have this. Then I had the footage of where he was being chased down by the cops, literally running, and where he got into the middle of the interstate where they had everything cordoned off. It was just him and police and cars, parked way back. And you know how it ended.
Yeah.
He raised his gun, and you saw it right there.
Yeah.
Now, people say, well, what happened, blah, 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 why did they do that? What people didn't understand is on this chase is the reason they did not delay what they had to do any longer was because there was a school that he was getting ready to approach.
Yeah.
With a gun.
Yeah.
Or a mall. It was a mall he was getting ready to approach with a gun. With kids.
Yeah.
So they were basically surrounding him saying, he knew he didn't want to, I keep telling my one daughter asked why did he do it like that. Understand some people go by suicide by cop for the one reason. I say if you would have watched that footage and watched how he was going up and down kind of, and the cops were not, he was trying to like, what am I doing, but you can see by even his walk, I'm confused, I can either go back to jail or I can end this.
Yeah.
I told her, I said, he didn't want to go back to prison, period. Because he knew, this is it. I'm going to be in for a long time.
Yeah.
And it's not a time I want to go back.
Yeah.
I said, so for some people, that's their choice. The reason I'm putting this out there is because we're talking about looking at stuff. That's stuff people put, and I watched their comments.
Yes.
Some of the comments. Yeah. Now, granted, did I favor the kid? No. But I'm not going to sit there and talk about he got what he deserved, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
Look, this person still had a family, okay, that cared about him. Do I agree with the way he went about things? No, I did not. Did he go out the wrong way? Yes. Did the cops operate in the right way? Yes.
Yeah.
So, in that aspect, it happened the way it happened.
Yeah.
But I would not go on there and make comments about a deceased person that, this person deserved to go out this way, blah, blah, blah. No, I'm not. No. Now, granted, have I said that about a person before? Yes.
Yeah.
In my younger, stupider days, I have. That's just me. That's being dumb. Now, I will say there has been people that I say, yes, you do deserve it.
Yeah.
John Wayne Gacy, Ted Bundy. Okay, you do deserve it.
Yeah. You shouldn't sit for 30 or 40 years before you get it either.
Exactly. There's certain when you don't have. I'm sorry.
It should be instant.
I'm sorry. When it comes to that, I'm a death penalty kind of guy.
Yeah.
I am. I believe in it. I'm sorry if people say that's the wrong thing. Look, I do believe in second chances, but I also believe if a person takes another person's life without remorse, has no kind of remorse when they did it, and sits in that courtroom and snickers and smiles and blah, blah, you don't deserve to be around.
It should be done right after your trial is ended.
Yeah.
Basically, you should go back to the old days. You take them outside and you hang them and be done.
Yeah. Now, a person who showed remorse, okay, look, because sometimes I do realize state of emotion, things happen. You might not have actually meant to pull that trigger, but you got in a fight. All this. This is why I say the smartest thing, I told my son this, the smartest thing I seen in an actual clip, I watched World Star.
Yeah.
Actual street fight getting ready to happen. This guy was bucking up against an actual gangster. I'm thinking, you know what's going down.
Yeah.
But I will say, I love what this street thug did. He literally pulled out his gun, looked at his buddy, did like that. Because he knew, we're not going to go this route.
Yeah.
Because it's too easy to happen.
Yep.
And then proceeded to whip the dude. But he did it the right way. He was just, no, we're not going to go this route. I'm not going to get charged for something because I have a firearm.
Yep.
I'm like, and this was a young kid. And I was just like, he thought with his head for a change. Because the first thing most people will do.
Yeah.
I'm like, no, this kid thought, no, we're not going to do it. If you want to fight, we're going to throw hands. Okay. You don't have a weapon, I'm not going to have one either. We're going to do this man to man. I wish more people would think like that.
Yeah.
I wish more kids and youth would think like that, and we wouldn't be sitting in the world we are today wondering about what in the hell is going on or what's going to happen to your kids.
Yeah. It's like the other day, first time I've seen it in a while, guy out there open carrying. It's his God-given right. Walking around, gun right there on the side.
Well, I think we should have more of that, but and I understand his judgment.
Yeah.
But I think also you should be able to conceal. I know we have that. You got to have a license to have that. But I will say that, and the reason I like conceal is because I say this, and you probably witnessed this when we were growing up too. It used to be a time you could pick up hitchhikers.
Oh yeah.
Now, and I mean, heck, nowadays you can't even trust some of your friends.
Yeah.
And I don't want anybody to know where it's at.
Yeah.
So I'd rather have my concealed in my car
Yeah.
because if you're gonna come up in there starting some foolishness, well, you don't know where it's at, but I do.
Yeah.
And it's gonna be right by my side. I ain't gonna have to reach off my hip.
Yeah.
It might be right. You know, when I'm sitting, we talking, you starting that foolishness.
Yeah.
I have to just lift up that panel on my glove compartment to say, "Shut the heck up," and you come around.
Yeah. Yep. And then when we moved, I took a nap. That's what I did. I put it right up on the dashboard. It was sitting right on the dashboard, and because we're sleeping in the damn rest area. You
Yeah.
know, we were taking a nap to power through. So that just right up on the dash. Set an alarm for 2 hours. We'll take a quick nap, and then we're gonna get up and go. And then once we got up, I went back in I put it back. And yeah, it's shit. Yeah.
Like you said, it's got to give them right, and I do believe in defending your home.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
I ain't got to worry about getting past the dog.
Oh yeah. 'Cause, heck, we come to visit and can't get past dog, but and his dog actually likes black people, but
dude, he got a workout this week because of course they've been paving the road in front of the house, and then the house across from us, the one that was behind all the trees.
Yeah.
They're clearing all that out. Somebody's redoing that house. So he's been in that window while we've gone at work all day. He's been busy. He's been tired when we get home at 3 o'clock. He's been tired. He on the couch out.
wow.
Poor dog getting worked over. Daggone windows, just nose prints and paw prints all over the damn thing. Couch be up against the damn wall.
And by the way, as we're sitting here talking, I do want to run down some things here, just so you all know. You know, Strasburg Youth Midget Football League is starting up, and I do believe the registration has already started.
Yes.
Yes, Strasburg Youth Midget Football League registration has already started. Why don't you check your child in to play football this year? They do teach them from the ground up. And the thing is, not only do these coaches teach from the ground up, these coaches do it for free.
Yeah.
They take their time out of their busy schedules to come out and teach the kids the game of football, also cheerleading and stuff like that. And the thing is, ladies and gentlemen, not only do they do it for free, but they do it because they truly love the kids and they want to teach them the fundamentals from the ground up. Look at Strasburg Youth Midget Football League to sign their kids up. They go from kindergarten up to, I believe, 8th grade or 7th grade.
12 years old, whatever.
Yeah, 12 years old, from kindergarten up to 12 years old. And also,
13, something like that. I don't remember.
yes, and so now we also have Upward Sports with Rob Beecher. You can register there for basketball. I do know they had soccer. I do believe also they all different sports there in their categories. Their registration, sign up your kid, especially for the basketball. I say that because I coach basketball, so I'm trying to recruit.
Unbelievable. Trying to build.
But exactly, I'm trying to build a dynasty over here.
Build a dynasty.
So sign up your kid for Upward Sports also, and there's another great organization, especially as far as basketball is concerned, because they take from also kindergarten, but they also go all the way up to high school level. So and we teach the fundamentals from the ground up. And I'm going to tell you, these kids will learn. We went and did a thing there once before. And to be quite honest, it's fun. It is actually fun to register your kid and watch these kids develop. Some kids may develop. Some kids, look, I'll put it this way. I've learned some things about kids. Some may not want to play the sport, but they want to manage or coach the sport.
Yep.
You know, some kids may want to play the sport, but you have to let them choose and develop in that way. And all you can do is guide them in the way that's proper for them to make the best of whatever choice they make as far as career or even sports choices that they make.
Yeah, I mean, you gotta realize a lot of these kids won't even play that sport once they get older.
Yeah.
You know, they might only play for 2 or 3 years and say, you know what, I'm
I
done.
had my
I don't
fun.
want to play no more.
Yeah.
You know, it's when you let them play. If they want to play, let them play. And when they come up and say I'm done, be done. You know, don't force them to do. You know, which we dealt with it. We dealt with that a lot.
Yeah.
Parents forcing their kids. You could tell if kids didn't want to be there.
Yeah.
And all that does is set them up to get hurt. You
And
know?
we saw that. We saw
Yeah.
that on the field a lot.
Yes.
You know, the ones that were forced out and didn't really want to do it, and they're standing there wondering what's going on, and all of a sudden get blindsided.
Yep.
You know, I will say, heck, my youngest got blindsided because of that. At one point, he wanted to play, but he just didn't realize, pay attention
Yeah.
at all points until the whistle blows.
Yeah, on a swivel.
Because he stood there, the whistle hadn't blown, he thinking the play was over, and next thing you know, by the time he turned around, he got mollywopped.
Yep.
And I mean, the tears in his eyes. When he come to the sideline looking at me, I'm just like, dude, keep your head on the swivel.
Yeah.
You know, and I wasn't trying, and people may say, man, that's cruel, you say that to your own son. I was like, you don't understand, when we're coaching, I'm not his father. As much as I wanted to break down and say something as fatherly,
Yep.
I can't do that. I have to refrain from that.
Yep.
Because of the point that there are other kids that I got to coach. And if they see me take that kind of favoritism towards him, and I don't take it towards them in case of an injury, then that causes a rift. And I'm not going to do that because I'm out there to coach all the kids, not just my own.
Yep.
You know, that's the difference between, you know, coaches who are coaching just their kid and coaches who want to coach for the love of the kids.
Yeah.
And to actually teach the kids. Because, and we've talked about this before on this program, there's too much favoritism when it comes to that. And these other kids are being gypped of an opportunity because of that. And just, I mean, really, they are. They're getting gypped of an opportunity.
Yep.
I mean, the one thing that I will say that I had a knock against, and I don't know if it's done as much now, and I like the way, to a certain degree, you know, youth football, I like the way Jimbo put it into it. But I know he didn't put it into it to every division. Basically, the senior division, he put it into it. It was competition in the senior division.
Yeah.
I do know at certain points in the junior division, we had 4. We had K, but in the junior division as much, I did know it was a lot of favoritism.
Yeah.
And we had better opportunities for different guys who could play the position, key positions like quarterbacks, stuff like that. We had more than just 1 or 2 that could play that position.
Yeah.
'Cause I know at one point in time when I was coaching, or even as the offensive coordinator, I had 3 starting quarterbacks that I could put in a position because they were all 3 could be a starting quarterback.
Yep.
I could put 1 as a receiver and 1 as a running back behind that and gain so much more.
Exactly. Exactly.
And have different one. And the thing was, their rhythm didn't. They knew each other's rhythm so much that it didn't hurt. You have an intelligent center who knew, I know the snap count no matter whose voice it is. I know what to do.
Yep.
And we had that.
Yep.
Just didn't have a good assistant. I mean, head coach. Doesn't matter. You know, he screwed that up.
The good old days. That was fun back then.
It was fun.
It was fun. It was fun times.
It was fun, but some people mess things up for everybody. But
You see, of course, you know, we got 4th of July coming up.
Yes.
You know, which means, you know, you got the hot dog eating contest coming up. You see Joey Chestnut is going to be on probation when he performs.
Why?
He got an assault charge, pled guilty, slapped some guy in an elevator or in a bar in Indiana. Said he would defend his title, but he's on probation. He slapped a guy in the face at a bar in Indiana, and he pled out to battery charges.
Speaking of elevator,
Joey Chestnut slapping a dude.
Ludwig Kaiser, assault on the elevator.
Yeah, that's where I got that. Yeah. Oh, El Grande Americano. Can't go down to Mexico and wrestle this weekend because
he's on probation.
yeah.
The thing was, no, I think they did work that out.
Did they get it?
Yeah, I think they give him where he can't go, but he's got to, do all these things because he turned himself in.
Yeah.
But they said it was because the guy didn't like him kissing his girlfriend on the elevator. That's where it started. They were like making out real heavy. And the guy got offended and said something as he walked off the elevator. So Ludwig basically, you got something you want to say? Let's address it instead of you walking off and saying it. More or less, that's what happened.
If that dude's girl was making out with him, then, sorry, dude, I got your girl.
No, it was Ludwig's own girlfriend.
Oh, it was his girlfriend.
They were making out they were on the elevator going up. The guy took offense to watching those two make out.
Let him suck face. Who cares?
Yeah, I mean, I guess
so he got his ass whipped.
Yeah, and then
pressed
charges.
Run his mouth, got his ass whipped, and then so I'm gonna press charges.
Oh, he's in WWE. I'm definitely gonna sue now.
Yeah.
Yeah, that this Me Too stuff, this Me Too stuff, all this gotta go. It's gotta go. I mean, you getting guys locked up for rape charges that are SA charges.
Yeah.
Let me recorrect that. SA charges that a lot of times they didn't. It was initiated. They was actual consensual. Then the person got upset or a boyfriend found out about it, and so they're going to say something, to clarify themselves.
Routine. See how I threw that in there?
Yeah. Why are you going to talk about her?
Mike Vrabel.
Why are you going to talk about those two? I was trying to keep this without going into Mike Vrabel and Diane of Racine.
Hey, we're going to find out in 10 days, 9 days now. If AJ Brown ends up in New England.
I know, and that's what they're waiting on before they hit him. That's what they're waiting on. And
insider
plus,
trading.
Ask this question too. Mark Capozio, this is for you, buddy. What did I tell you? What did I tell you about trouble in the Eagles camp? Wedding day. No Godfather to your wedding, but yet, which Ben had to send me the pictures of, New England Patriots were at his wedding, some of those guys there. Well, guess what, Ben? So was some of the NBA players, and they wasn't from New England. Some of them were from Boston, but some of them from other teams. There were some other NFL players there, too. Matter of fact, there were some Major League Baseball players there, too. And they wasn't all from Boston, okay? Stop. Just stop. Good gracious.
Speaking of Boston. Whew.
Yeah, they're sucking right now. Of course, the Mets are too.
Tampa's the only team in the whole division. Dude, the Yankees are awful. The Orioles are bad.
And we're getting close to All-Star. You know what happens? All-Stars is usually the time when you need to set the tone.
Dude, we're 5.5 games back already.
That's a long way behind right now. Because you know a good team is only going to creep further.
Yeah.
I always say if you're down by 10 by All-Star, you're done.
I think we got one win against teams that are above 500. We're just beating the teams we're supposed to beat, the shitty ones. Dude, it's bad.
I do have to ask a question while we're on this, because like I said, we just like talk radio anyway. So, but there's a question I do have to ask, and I'm asking this specifically to you because Ben's not here, and I'm sure he'll give me an answer later.
I'm surprised he ain't been blowing us up.
It's probably nighttime. It's night. He's asleep right now.
He's 6 hours ahead or behind?
I think they're ahead, but he should be asleep by now or getting ready to wake up. Cause I get messages from him at a certain time at night.
Hey Siri, what time is it in Switzerland? No, he should be out running around. It's 3:42 p.m.
Well, hopefully he's enjoying time with his wife then, and so he ain't worried about this place. Or he might be getting a flight back.
Yeah, today might be traveling.
Yeah, he's coming back today. Cause I remember him saying that.
World traveler. World traveler.
So Ben's a
Stamp the
world
passport.
traveler.
He's probably bringing back the hantavirus.
That's what I wanted to ask you. So with this thing going on, because now it's starting to kick in the States, certain cases, is it conspiracy, or is it just just something that happened? I want your opinion on that one. Because I know you don't talk politics and stuff, but this is a serious issue.
Dude, oh my God. What's getting ready to come out? What are they trying to cover up? I'm sure this is another man-made thing anyway. Saying it's caused by rat turds or whatever.
The thing is, the lie that was told, that I remembered when Ben had talked about it initially. And the more I looked into it, the more I thought about exactly what he reported, matching up to what I heard. And I said, we missed this. Because when Ben had said it, he said it was overseas.
Yeah.
Nothing here. Because they had to examine the people over there first before they sent them home.
Yep.
Then a couple days later, we had a couple sent home with the virus. So you sat there and said, and I'm not talking about Ben, I'm talking about the news.
Yeah.
You sat there and said that basically you had it contained, but all of a sudden now we're hearing news about, dude, where's the lie at? What are y'all really doing?
Yeah. Yeah.
Because your stories ain't matching here. Every time I turn on the news, that's really why I stay away from it, because every time I hear one thing and I can go right on another report or on to another message and see your stories aren't matching.
Yep. It's whatever they want to report at the time.
And I'm just like, if you're going to tell, for a while there when they told a lie, it was uniform.
Yeah.
Everything matched.
Yeah.
Now y'all can't even keep it straight.
Yeah.
Not even your networks can keep in coordination with each other on the lies that you tell. Not even if it's one show that's after another. You think about, I'm just giving an example, I'm not saying this happened. Say it's Laura Ingraham and Hannity. Laura Ingraham would say one thing that he could be saying, you're right after another, and yet you're saying a different lie on the same subject.
Yep.
I'm just that people, where have we gone? What are we what are we doing? Really? I mean, it just gets me to the point to where that's why I look at music, I watch certain TV shows, I do this, I study and read, play my PlayStation, shoot pellets at birds. PBs and pellets at birds. I'm tired of watching them fly over my house and crap on my car. I'm just doing it out of fun. But
I'm sure they shit all over the truck.
Yeah. So I mean, what does this world come to? I mean, I miss the days of Chuck Norris.
Yeah.
I miss the days of stuff like that where we had more sanity.
Yeah.
I mean, than what's going on, and it's not. People want to blame the youth, and I'm just like, no, the youth are actually waking up. It's not all of them.
Yeah.
It's only a certain paid few.
Yeah.
Just like what's his name, that Chud the Builder.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, come on, man. Y'all knew what that was headed for. Come on. It's luckily he's fortunate he's alive.
Yeah.
Okay? He's fortunate he's alive. Which, with what he's been doing, I still say he's in danger. I would change my look and everything, get the heck out of Dodge and live another life instead of being the social guy who took up some money to go try to stir up some racial stuff.
Yeah.
Because you found, if you actually look at the guy's picture, he was a gay person at one point. Now he's all of a sudden this, so it's a psyop.
Yeah.
It is meant to stir up controversy and some kind of story. Because to me, what would have happened if that guy would have fatally got shot? What would have happened? You know exactly what would have happened.
Yep.
And I'm just like, why would y'all set, what kind of people think that you want to ignite that kind of a fire?
I don't know why everybody's chasing that 2 minutes of fame. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. No, you're right. That's
It,
some fame ain't worth it though, bro.
no, it's not.
Some fame ain't worth it. I mean, I look at it from this standpoint. Do I agree with certain things that people believe? You know, I got my own belief system, and what I believe as far as the Most High and everything else, and what's real and what's not real. And I realize my opinion may not be the same as others, and I've learned to accept that,
Yep.
agree to disagree. But one thing I will not do is I don't try to call anybody outside their name or whatever. I don't try to do that. I don't try to judge another book by its cover, whether I agree with their lifestyles or not.
Yep.
You know, if I don't agree with it, I just don't agree with it. I won't support it, but I won't condemn a person for it.
Nope.
Yeah, because that's not for me. I'll just let you know, hey, I just don't agree with it and move on.
Move on. Exactly.
But I'm not going to shun you or something like that. I'm going, you still want to have a conversation, we can still do that. I've come to see that they have programmed this youth, or they tried to program this youth to dislike each other on basis of sexuality, skin color, nationality, religion.
Yeah.
The one thing that if you actually notice that they're not saying is focus on the money. I always say this, focus on the money, because if you notice what they do, they never talk about the struggles of everybody. They never talk about, hey, what about the homeless? What about the veterans that fought for this country? It's gotten me to a point, and I'm going to say this, and people might throw shade at me for saying this or not. The more I've looked into what's going on in this country, the more I've watched how we treat veterans, how we treat black people, how we treat Chinese people, how we treat Asians, how we treat poor white Americans versus poor black Americans, or just poor Americans, period. How we treat our homeless versus our addicted, and how we have how we treat illegals that come in illegal, not the right way, versus our own citizens. I've realized this one thing, and I've come to understand it's not just about the money, it's about the evil. And it's about, as I look at this country now versus back then, I can honestly say, and people can give me blowback if they want, I'm ashamed.
Yeah,
I'm ashamed. And I shouldn't say that. It makes me not want to stand for anything here, because you're telling me a bunch of lies that you're not even standing for yourself.
exactly. Yep.
Because you hear about people, if you don't know, in Virginia, they're trying to attack the gun laws right now.
Oh yeah.
I'm talking, they want to take it away from you from defending yourself in this area right now. This governor has lied to her constituents, has told you one thing, and she's actually trying to take property from you also. That's what the redistricting is for. That's what that whole thing is for, is to take property. Why do you think they got that data center up there?
Yeah.
And the more I look at it, the more I see the way it goes, I'm just like, wow, you would really turn on your, I mean, you got to be a low down SO, you know what, to blatantly lie to your citizens.
Yep.
And do it with a smile. And you citizens must be dumb enough to go and put them back in office.
All of them do it. They tell you what you want to hear to get in the position.
Yes,
they
I
just
do know
push their
that.
own agendas once they're in.
I know that, but the thing is, I tell people, I look at it from this standpoint as, I'm glad our youth are waking up to all this. I really am. But to sit out there and send a guy like Chud the Builder or anybody, I don't care whether it's Chud the Builder, I don't care whether it's what's his name, Al Sharpton, you know.
Yep.
I don't care whether it's any of those race baiters, race talkers, or understand. That's why I do Ripping the Word. A lot of you may not watch it, but I'm going to let you know. That's why I do Ripping the Word. Because I have found that what they're telling you is not we play off words. Anti-Semitism. If you say something against the Jewish people, they say that's anti-Semitism. No, it's not. Unless you know what the word means. Anti-Semitism means anti-Shem. Anti-Shem means the tribe of Shem, which was one of Noah's sons, Shem. Has nothing to do with what they call Jews today. If they call Jews, when the people that call Jews, Jews actually mean Judah. That's why I say those people who say they're Jews are not the Jews, because that is not Judah. Judah was down in Africa. You see, you get a history lesson when you turn on this program also. So we'll leave it right there. I just wanted to say that because people get misconceptions, and that is a part of the problem. And I'm glad some of the youth are actually waking up to it.
Yeah.
Because these lies have to stop. I am getting so tired of getting manipulated, paying taxes on property I already own.
Yeah.
Come on. Our forefathers, well, your forefathers, it really wasn't my forefathers. I can actually say that with confidence, and that's not a slight towards BJ. But I know where I come from, so I can say your forefathers put in a declaration that all men should be created equal. But that's not the way it came, and because some people with the money said, guess what? We're just going to make slaves of everybody else.
Yeah.
And in the process of that, I'm giving you a history lesson, right?
Oh, yeah.
We're going to have a little history lesson while you're watching this program, because I just hit on something here. Because they decided we're going to enslave people because we have the money. America was not built on the back. America was built on the back of black slaves. Yes, that is true. But it also has certain endangered white slaves that were built. The only reason it wasn't totally built on the backs of certain white slaves was because in order to stop an uprising, we have to separate. And what they did was we took the white slaves that were also slaves, made them indentured, then said, hey, we'll give you a certain amount of freedom, but in part to do that, you got to keep them in check. Because if they get the uprising, they're going to take your stuff that we're giving you. Yeah. And the whole time they're controlling them also. So the history lesson on this is it's always been run by the elites and money. Yeah. And America has not come clean on this subject that they have done, that they've not only treated certain white Americans bad that came over and then manipulated them to be also slave owners, so to speak, but they manipulated and they did bad things to not only black Americans, but Indians. So, and nobody has ever repented from that. Nobody has ever said, we're sorry. And I'm not talking about I'm talking about ancestral sorry. People don't get that. People say, well, I wasn't there in that time. No, you wasn't. So, and you don't treat me like you were there at that time. Yeah. It's the ones who are treating people bad now that need to really apologize for what their ancestors have done. Yep. Because they don't get it. That's why this country right now is in a state of fallen state. Because for one, this country has not repented for what it's done. And it will not admit to it. And as long as you have a king over you that is not a king, and you know what I'm talking about up in the White House, and I'm talking about any of them. I'm not talking about just President Trump. I'm talking about any of them. America has faltered because what we have done, we have went away from biblical values, which states that you should not have, especially Israel. That's why I don't vote. As far as my thing, I read the Bible. I know who Israel is. I'm part of that nation. I'm part of the Hebrew nation. And I only have one king, so I don't vote for that king. So I'm just saying that's a history lesson. If you want to understand something, if you watch Ripping the Word, I'm going into this history lesson some more on all this, so y'all know. But we have other programs too, because we have just not only Sunday Morning Workday, also burnt toast and margaritas, which is actually the more I watch that, the more I start laughing. Yeah. I mean, it's actually to listen to those two. Yeah. Hey, Ben, when you going to invite me and BJ to come on to the show to have that kind of fun with you guys, man? Because, I mean, they're funny.
Yeah, we can do a crossover.
Yeah.
Crossover.
Exactly. But no, Ben wants to keep that to himself.
Yeah, one way.
Mm-hmm.
One way.
Just like a patriot. Yeah. Just like a patriot. It's awful.
You notice how they're like bent over.
Oh, yeah.
Their mascot on the helmet, the old one, Guy bent over.
And he's even got he doesn't have a helmet on. He's got a little Scotty tan tilted to the side with a little kilt on. We can raise that up. And, you know, the quarterback can just go back, you know.
Yeah. Let me move that towel out of the way, big boy.
I think he even has some bagpipes setting up.
Well, everybody, enjoy your
Memorial Day.
Yeah.
Or whatever day it is. What day is it? Is it Memorial Day or? Yeah. I don't pay attention to holidays anymore.
I had to think there for a second.
Yeah, because some people, for some of you who don't have the chance to barbecue or nothing like that, you know, you can cook some good stuff in your house, in your home, in your oven, and it still had that barbecue flavor. So you do that. And so as we get ready to go, we just want all of you guys to know that we love you guys. Thanks for watching.
Thanks for tuning in.
Like and share.
Sorry I was kind of down today.
Yeah, he's all right though. He'll live today and tomorrow, and he's going to finish uploading on YouTube for all those who missed that. And we're learning new tools, so bear with us because I am going to start uploading more stuff as far as Facebook onto the YouTube because we got 2 channels right now. We got 8 Brats, which is my channel, and then we got Burnt Toast, 3 channels, Burnt Toast and Margaritas, and then we have, of course, Sunday Morning Workday. So we got 3 different channels right now.
Yep.
Working on another program with the coaches. I'm working on the draft now. I've got the coaches available. It's just getting the draft and getting what day to do that and to get those guys all in one. And I will say, and I'll give a shout out to C. Russell. I will give you a call, C. I've been meaning to, but I'm sorry if I haven't. I got his number, and I do want to talk to C. Russell. He does a lot of stuff because, ladies and gentlemen, I want to do some things, and this is one of the reasons why I have a coach's thing. I'm going to put it out there on the line that I'm going to try to have a camp, and I'm going to for basketball for this summer. I'm going to try to get a gym. I'm trying to get some guys behind me to help me with this because I've had a few parents that have messaged me, and they feel there's no place for these kids to work on their craft afterwards. Remember, when we were growing up, there was camps all the time.
All the time.
I mean, all summer long you had something.
Plus we had the town lot. We made our own.
Well, yeah, that and it was just like they got to work on their craft.
Yeah.
But what I'm finding is some of these kids need more one-on-ones and interaction like that. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to put it out there. I'm going to need some help on this. If somebody can help me find a gym close by that maybe we can use Monday through Saturday for a 2-week period during the day, Monday through Saturday. I'm looking at hours from 8 to 8 or 8 to 7.
Good God.
No, I'm talking drills, guys. I'm talking actual, the way it used to be. These kids get their lunch, all that, learn the game.
Gee, I remember, back in the day, you used to go there and they'd have lunch for you and everything.
Exactly. That's the way I want to do it.
The good old days.
I want to go back to the old school because it made the kids interested in staying.
Yep.
And you can develop these kids and they would learn film sessions. They would learn what to look for. You got more time to spend instead of running 20 kids through one drill for 5 minutes and then they're gone after an hour.
Yep.
If they don't retain anything.
Yep.
And they need repetition.
Yeah, you just work to have like 4 or 5 different stations.
Exactly. And you work on that for a while. You take a break, come back and work on it so they develop these skills, footwork.
Shoot free throws. Please shoot free throws. No.
I mean, people don't realize that is, I remember when my coach in high school, Coach Moose used to always tell us that free throws and 50-50 balls are the determination of a win or a loss.
Yep. And it's the
If
truth.
you win the 50-50 balls and you know how to make your free throws, you will win the game.
Yeah.
And I used to think he was, I didn't think he was crazy for it, but I was just like, why do you keep harping on it? But I was a good free throw shooter. And I realized once I got into one game to where I was on the free throw line, it was on the line.
Yeah.
And I was like at that time I was like 80%, 82% from the free throw line my junior year, and I'm actually on the line. I was like, shoot, okay, because I'm realizing what he meant.
Yes.
Because as I'm watching, as time's ticking down, and they're fouling you.
Yes.
Because they're trying to hope you miss and they come down.
Yes.
I'm like, oh my God, now that's what he's talking about.
Yeah, if you make them, you can ice the game, make some free throws.
And I will say this because it happened in the men's league. They did that. And I remember one guy turned around and said, stop, they're not missing.
Yeah.
Let's just let the game
Let
go.
it go, yeah.
So all you guys, we just want to say thank you for watching. We love all you guys. I want breakfast too, Gammy. Okay, yeah, Kristen, your one daughter said. So just want to say each and every one of you, see you later. We love you guys.
We'll see you all. We will be in full force next week.
Yes, we'll have the boss back. So we'll have to behave on our best behavior.
Look. Oh, yeah, we can cover that next week. She says, no dilly-dally today. I'm hungry. Toodaloo, everybody.